Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Small Time Heroes, you get the Warrior set, you're going to get the Houndmaster and the Necromancer. Let's talk about this. So this is a rogue game, kind of like Slay the Spire, where you're going to be working to take out these minions and then the bad guy. After wave after wave of wave, there'll be 3 waves, and then you'll fight the bad guy who brings a 4th wave. The Warrior is going to be your tank. It's going to be the character who's pretty good at blocking, pretty good at hitting, pretty simple to play. So very straightforward, and I'm saying easy mode to win the game. I'm saying it's easy mode in how to play the character. Very straightforward. You're going to have a card that puts armor on, and those are things that you'll equip. Simple, straightforward, easy to play. With the Houndmaster, he's going to be the easiest of all the 4. You're going to have 2 in this one, 2 in another box. He's going to be the easiest one. He's got these wolves with him. Great jumping off point. Great place to start with the Warrior versus the Houndmaster. I think you're going to have a very good experience. I think it's going to be very clean. You're not going to be overwhelmed with rules. I think that's great. The Necromancer brings in these zombies, a little bit more complexity. They're going to be jumping out at you and attacking you, and when you take down your hit points, etc. A little bit more complexity. I think the Necromancer is the hardest one in the deck, so you go from the easiest to the hardest in one box. I wish there was a 3rd one in here. It was like a medium one. Those will be found in the other box. But if you just got this box and really jumping off the deep end and go after the Necromancer, and a little bit more complexity. Overall, I think this is a great set. I would almost recommend it if you're new to it, even though I think that the other characters may be a little bit more interesting. I feel like this is a solid place to start because you got the Warrior, who's simple, and you got the Houndmaster. If you want to up the ante, you can definitely do the Necromancer. So this gives you a lot of bang in this box, one I can easily recommend. So here's what you're going to get with the Warrior set. You're going to get the Warrior and the Warrior stack of cards. You're going to get the Houndmaster and the Necromancer. You're also going to get a card here for the boss that you're going to get with the Houndmaster. You're going to get your health and energy for the Warrior. And then the Necromancer will also have his stuff that he'll have here for his undead horde. Now, they also tell you here, you can see the difficulty. Necromancer's a 3, Houndmaster's a 1, and the Warrior's a 1 in simplicity. So that's all going to be very good components. You're going to get a deck of intent cards, and you're going to get some of these cards that will tell you what you get between rounds. Very easy to utilize here. Here is the rule book you're going to get. Now, this is going to be the rule book for the big box. So it's going to have everything in here from both of these. So I'm not going to be able to show you the rule book just for what you're going to get with the Warrior, just the Rogue, because this is all I have. And you can see there's some shared stuff down here. So these components tell you what comes in this box, what's in that box, and then what's shared together. There are going to be the rules for the solo. That's how the main game is going to be played. We're going to see an overview, but it's going to be easy to kind of mix in the 2-player, if you will. A picture of setup with everything that you will need here. And this can be used for either character. Doesn't really matter. You're going to go through gameplay. It'll tell you how the cards will use. See, once again, it's using stuff from the Rogue and not just the Warrior, but it's pretty easy to understand as you're going through. Here's a list of all the keywords that might be utilized in the game. It's all in one place. This is preferable if you ask me. And then the enemies and how things go through. You can see a breakdown of the health and how the cards are utilized. Very, very good. And then some minion key terms that you might need as you're going through with the bosses, etc. And how the waves and the boss fights will work will be explained. Now, this does have a campaign mode in it, which is great. But I think you do need both boxes because it requires 3 bosses. And you only get 2 in each box. So I think you can only do the campaign if you have both sets. And there's a few explanations for that and how the treasures and the challenges, etc. will work with that. And then here's the 2-player rules. There's not a lot of changes, to be honest. Really, you just double the health of the bad guys, and you kind of hit them up that way. Kind of how the intent cards will work. Each one's going to get one. Not a very difficult thing to jump into. And this will be a breakdown of the different characters. Just their particular rules, how they play, differences in between them, and then your 2 heroes that you'll have in the game as you're going through, and a little quick reference on the back. I'd probably give this rulebook a B-. There are some things that I just felt like were missing, and I had to go online and find things that weren't easy to find in here. I mean, I do like the characters in the back. That's nice. I just found it a little difficult to utilize at times. And there were a few keywords or things I just felt I wasn't 100% comfortable with. The rulebook is pretty darn good. Maybe a B, maybe a B-. But there were a few things left out that I felt I needed or better organization here that I did not receive. The Warrior Warrior deck is going to come with, obviously, the Warrior. Now, the Warrior is going to have, the main difference is going to be these starter cards. Now, he's going to be very easy to play. He's going to get this armor that he can wear. And some of these cards in here will let you equip. They'll have this little equipment thing, and it tells you which side he goes on. So he would go over here, and you would gain 2 block when it's equipped, but you can spend an energy to remove it, and then you get 5 block that round. So this one's going to be very easy to use, a lot about gaining block, a lot about doing damage to different enemies. Now, when you upgrade your cards, there's going to be a whole bunch in here. Deal damage equal to block, deal 2 damage, draw a card. So if it's a fist, which is this icon, you play it for free. It's going to be a lot about just very simple. Getting things onto there. So spend 1 to remove, and remove, play all of your fist cards. Right? That's nice. Gain 10 block with this one. So a lot of blocking, a lot of hitting, very straightforward stuff going on with the Warrior. And this is going to be the easiest one to play for sure. This is the Houndmaster, and he's going to come with the Wolf Pack. That's what will be out first as the minions come out. When you're able to get through all 3 waves, then the Houndmaster will come out. He's a very solid 3. You can see he's got a 1, so he's a little bit easier to play. But these are all going to be about just straight up doing damage and trying to hit you. Every once in a while, he'll summon somebody back out, but these are not really that difficult of cards. They're pretty straightforward. Some of them on death, they'll give you something. You have a few of these that will come out when they're activated. Minions include Wolfpack, gain 1, but they're not exceptionally difficult. And this one you can get through pretty easy. You also have guard cards that are introduced. Means you have to kill this before you can attack anybody else. Everything else in this particular one, the Houndmaster, is fairly straightforward. And then you're going to have the Necromancer. Now, he's going to deal with the undead. He's going to have zombies come out a lot. So when you look at these cards, you're going to see a bloated zombie, spike, zombie dogs, etc. that come out. And they're going to come out, and they're going to go underneath the minion cards, and they're going to continue to create damage and hit you each round as you go through. And they're going to get stronger and stronger as things go on. You can see the zombie dog there. You know, he starts out 2-6, 2-8, 2-11 with 2 block each round. This one's a 3. So this is, in theory, the hardest one to beat. And so in this set, you're going to jump from the easiest to the hardest, nothing in the middle here. Now, when he jumps out, he's going to have the Necromancer. I mean, he can add up to 6 zombies at a time. Still only 30 health, but 3 damage plus 1 per zombie. Then you add a zombie to the row. So you're going to continue to put these undead out. Cards that you've beaten. They're going to come back. They're going to come back and continue to fight with you. And he's going to be a fight to the end. And that's how this set is going to work. Who would I recommend this for? Quite honestly, I'd recommend the base box, which has all the characters, everything in one box. But if I was choosing between the two, I would say this is for novice players. Somebody new to the system, I would say start here. I think this is a great place to start if you just want a little bit, but you don't want to add on everything, or you don't think you want the variability or replayability of the other set. You definitely would start here. For me, absolute keeper. We love this game.